Hello, Benefit Fam. Let's talk fall mileage. Most of us in the fall are chasing higher weekly mileage because the temps are finally cooled down. We have races coming up and we're feeling fantastic after all of that summer training. But what we don't love are sometimes the tight, stiff, nagging, maybe even occasionally zappy ankles that can happen with higher mileage, more demanding paces, maybe even some speed work. So how about I give you a 5-minute dynamic ankle mobility warm-up that not just loosens up your ankles and makes them feel better, but it also begins to activate them and strengthen them in a way that looks like running and helps you build the exact mobility and strength you need for your hardest runs. Let's hop in. Now, we've done the inline lunge before. You place one foot in front of the other like you're walking a tightrope, and this bend here is actually a very tiny movement. You do not have to get as much range as I do here, but this helps to fix any stiffness or swelling or any gunky feeling in the front of your ankles. Be sure to do this a couple rounds for full effectiveness. I'm going to apologize. Yes, I'm out of frame. One day we'll get there, but today is not that day. So a lot of runners will say, no, I don't want to do pogo jumps at the beginning of my run. I'll be too tired. Here's the thing. A baby plyometric like this will not ruin your calves. It won't zap all your energy. It will actually help to prime your Achilles tendon, your calves, and your feet to handle the intensity of your run. Now, general cues for a pogo jump are you can have a little bend in your knee, but you want a little bit more stiffness, more tightness. You want your toes pointing up, and you want a very springy feel. I need to kind of sag into a regular double jump, then pogo jump, and then finally transition to a single leg pogo jump. I am actually leaving in all my little rest breaks I have to take here because I want you to see it is okay to rest. I also want you to notice I jump a lot higher on 2 feet compared to 1 foot. This is normal, however, we would like our height to be consistent. So I want to show you I have work to do. Here's what you need to know. I have had a personal vendetta against calf raises for probably 2 years now, and I'm slowly fixing that on a professional level. And this is part of that re-education for myself. What you need to see here is not all calf raises are created equal. What I'm doing here is I'm coming up onto my tiptoes maximum height, and I am just weight shifting side to side. I'm only picking my foot up here so you can see that I've completely weight shifted onto the other side. If you want to just have like 10%, 5% body weight on 1 foot, that counts. You don't have to lift your foot. But the point here is we are working your calf strength in an isometric way. I need you to not only get up to a very tall height, I need your calf to be fatigue resistant. And by holding this for an extended period of time, we are beginning to work on how strong your calf is for an extended period of time rather than I can just calf raise 30 pounds on each leg. So don't dismiss this, give this a shot because this is only part 1 of a 2-part calf raise exercise. Let's make this look even more like running, meaning let's make it single leg. Now I am just tapping, holding onto the wall, trying to hold this for 5 seconds, and you're going to see my right leg so much better than my left. My left is actually very wobbly. It's weaker. I can feel how my heel is kind of dancing around in the back, and I get a lot more burning on the outside of my left ankle because I'm actually grounding. I'm pushing all 5 toes into the ground, and that recruits the outside ankle muscles. And I know they're not real strong on my left side. So it is important to do what you can do here. I want you to maintain the height, meaning stay as tall as you can in your calf raise. When you start to dip down, that is your sign you are fatigued. Come on out of it. The reason this is so important is running requires a lot of single leg strength and single leg balance. And we might as well combine your balance and your calf strength into the same exercise to work smarter, not harder. But most importantly, like I said with the other version of this calf raise, is we need not just I can lift heavy weight strength, we need I can go the distance strength. And so that kind of endurance muscular strength is what we're working on here with this particular calf raise, in addition to balance. And don't forget to ground each of those toes because we want full ankle, full lower leg muscle activation and strength, because that will help you avoid injuries in the future. And you're back. But let's talk about the exception to the rule, such as this morning, I actually did these exercises on my own, and I found that through like my warm-up mile that I had this weird pain that was almost coming through the bottom of my left foot. I did these exercises, didn't help, but what I did do was stop and do a little soleus stretch on a fence that was right there while I was running, and the pain went away. What is the point of this story? It is to tell you that in case these exercises don't fix everything, they are not garbage. Don't throw them out. You can call me a liar if you want to, but they still work because I use these in the clinic. But the lesson is for you. Your body is not an Excel spreadsheet. Just because you put in one input does not guarantee you will get a specific output, because your body is dynamic. It is constantly changing. And we know this from running. You might start the run and feel like absolute garbage, like you are slogging, you are slow, like you don't want to be doing it. And by the second, third mile, you're like, oh my gosh, the angels are singing, the leaves are falling and they're beautiful and life is amazing. We've all had that run. So don't be afraid to pull out exercises that you know that help your ankles. Try these exercises out, take what you love and throw out what doesn't work for you. That is okay. That is always the purpose of any and all of my content, is to simply help you learn what is best for your own body, because that is how you become a stronger, injury-proof, more confident runner, and what it means to dare to train differently. So that being said, you reached it to this far in the video. You know what you have to do now? I need you to subscribe so we can hang out more often. And until next time, Running Fit Fam, dare to train differently.